Okay, another great question that y'all submitted was, can you share a bit about how you manage the oils life balance with growing and supporting your downline, attending and hosting classes, educating yourselves, and managing home family life as well? I'll let Julianne take that first because we represent really two seasons right now.
Right. So for me, I kind of wrote here in my notes, you just decide to do it. And I know that sounds like the simplest answer, but you have to want it. You have to really want to figure this out and work on this schedule. And again, not use your busy schedule as an excuse, because while it may seem like I'm in an easier time of life because I don't have kids to worry about, which is probably true, I do have a full-time job. I do travel for work. I'm out at least once a month in Phoenix. You know, I have a lot of stuff going on as well, including just other family life. Last month specifically, my husband and I were putting an offer on a house hunting. We're pregnant, you know, going to doctor's appointments and, you know, dealing with just some of the stuff that comes along with that, as well as both having full-time jobs. So it is a lot, but with this wild business, I think finding your why is going to be your main motivator, because you will find every reason in the world not to go after what you want, because I think, you know, it starts with fear, but that comes from doubt, or the doubt comes from fear, because ultimately we're scared to fail, or, you know, it's just easier to say, well, I just don't have time for this, I'm just not going to try. Like, put yourself out there and do it and find your why. You know, my why is that I do love my job. The 9 to 5 commute to downtown and traveling is not sustainable for me and what I imagine my future looking like with my children. What I still really want to bring in money for my family, and I know I still find immense value in contributing to something like this that's outside of the home and all of that has major benefits for my family inside my home. So figure out what that is and start now. Don't stop, because there's going to be slumps and there will be discouragement, but you really just have to find that inside yourself. And then secondly, all of these tools that we said, particularly the trackers, the calendars, that's where you find time, because every day you can find 30 minutes. You know, I use car time to do care calls. I have a 30-minute commute right now during rush hour. So I'll pick 3 people I want to call. Maybe one call is 30 minutes, but that's okay. If I don't get to the other 2, then I call them the next day or something like that. But being able to track that and keep up with your goals is a huge part of being able to juggle everything.
Mm-hmm. And I would say, just I'm a stay-at-home mom primarily, from that perspective. And I know we're talking to some of you that are working moms. So you represent both of us, and that's a lot to juggle. But with me, with being with my girls most of the time and expecting a third in August, I really try, like Julianne said, to find those little pockets. We all waste time on things. We all could get up a little bit earlier or stay up maybe a little bit later. We could all skip a show on DVR to hammer out a few emails or some class notes, or multitask. Yeah, sit on the couch, watch your shows, and be on the computer and check in on your people. Again, with this little tool here, this really breaks it down into these really quantifiable activities, and it is a checklist. So if you're doing the things on this sheet, fitting them in where you can.
This is the business activity plan.
Yeah, the business activity plan. That's in the Joy, and we can maybe put that in the Joy Orleans Business Builder page.
Yeah, we can add it to your styles.
So really just try to find that time, and like Julianne said, don't make excuses. The other thing you get to do in this business is, for example, I'm trying to bust it over the summer because I know my world's going to get rocked in August with a new baby, one going to kindergarten, and I'm not going to be teaching any classes in August. Let's just get real with our lives. I will not be teaching any classes in August, but you better believe I'm going to bust it here in June and July to maximize my time before Abby Ruth comes, and do the best I can to have no regrets, that when I do need to take a little bit of time off, I've done everything I can in a season. So look at your year even a couple months out and see, where do I need to not work on oils? Because there are those times, and that's the beauty of this business. You don't have to do it all the time, but you can plug in little ways in different holes in your day. Ask for help. Maybe two of you go, hey, I'll watch your kids while you go do this class. If you'll watch my kids while I go do that class. Or you kind of can help each other out too and be creative if you're worried about not having kid coverage, or even in days when you want to work on business stuff. It might not be a class, but you need to do some of the checklist things. Trade off kids, or work together and throw your kids in a room and let them figure it out. So there's ways to do it. Like Julian said, you just have to want it, and you have to not get stuck making excuses. That's pretty much it. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
I think that's it.
All right.